This is KVUE News Midday.
This law cracks down on policies like the Travis County Sheriff. Those policies are sanctuary city policies and won't be tolerated in Texas.
It is one of the most talked about controversial laws in this year's Texas legislature. What happens now that Governor Greg Abbott officially signed SB 4 banning sanctuary cities?
Plus, an officer-involved shooting on 6th Street, the video that has people left with more questions than answers.
And we have lots of clouds out there. We're talking some warm temperatures this work week and also some rain shower chances. I'll give you all the details coming up.
See you in a bit. Good morning, everyone. I'm Terry Gruca.
And I'm Anna Vida Reyes. Today, protesters returned to the front steps of the governor's mansion in response to Governor Greg Abbott signing SB 4 into law.
This bill will now require law enforcement agencies across the state to honor U.S. immigration and customs enforcement detainers. KVUE's Jay Wallace has been out there since early this morning. He joins us now to tell us what it looked like out there today. Jay, still have some folks behind you?
Yeah, none right now. They've actually cleared out about 30 minutes ago, but it was around 9 o'clock this morning that they came out here to the front steps of the governor's mansion, bringing with them posters and signs reflecting how they feel about SB 4. This is a continuation from last night when protesters came out within about 2 hours of this signing and then continued again this morning.
To go, hey, hey! Ho, ho! SB 4 has got to go, hey, hey!
Many different people stepped to speak and protest in both English and Spanish, with some saying they were disappointed that Governor Abbott signed this outside the public view. While Abbott's communications director went to Twitter last night explaining Facebook Live allowed him to reach more people with his message. And the people who have come out today say they will continue to fight this bill as it is not enforceable until September 1st.
The governor may have warmed his pen up, but we have warmed our people up. Our people will be stronger than that coward's pen in the dark of night.
U.S. Congressman Lloyd Doggett also came today to speak out against the bill, calling the signing last night, quote, a Facebook signing show, and saying that Governor Abbott acted in a lawless way. Now, this issue is still continuing to go on this afternoon, and that's why my coworker Ashley Godot will stay on this story and bring you the latest from both sides at 5 and 6. Live in Austin, Jay Wallace, KVUE News.
Across the country, angry voters are pouring into town halls, questioning members of Congress about the latest Republican health care bill.
And opposition groups are turning their eyes to the midterm elections. ABC's Lana Zach has the latest from Washington.
After narrowly passing the Republican health care plan, representatives are on recess, but they're facing many angry constituents back home.
I'm a veteran. Everyone here deserves single-payer health care now.
Across the country,
Health care is a human right!
Republican members of Congress are being forced to defend their votes.
The bill protects the pre-existing condition.
Campaign opposition ads are already hitting the airwaves.
Congresswoman McSally just voted for a disastrous health care repeal bill opposed by the American Medical Association.
While in Idaho, the answer of Congressman Raul Labrador was seized on by critics who claim that Republicans are out of touch with health care realities.
You are mandating people on Medicaid except dying. You are making a
no one wants anybody to die. You know, that line is so indefensible. Nobody dies because they don't have access to health care.
Congressman Labrador later said that his answer, quote, wasn't very elegant. One of the biggest complaints of critics is that the Republican bill could allow insurance companies to charge much higher rates for people with pre-existing conditions. But Speaker of the House Paul Ryan defended his plan.
You can't charge people more if they keep continuous coverage.
The health care debate now heads to the Senate. We're already hearing from Republicans who are indicating they don't intend to follow in the House's footsteps. Senator Collins saying they are going to make their own piece of legislation, and Senator Blunt assuring voters that they will not proceed without a full Congressional Budget Office score. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
Happening today, protesters will meet outside Texas Representative Michael McCall's office. They want to know why he voted yes to the American Health Care Act. The protest is planned for 3:30 this afternoon.
Also happening today, former U.S. Attorney General Sally Yates is set to testify about Russia refusing to enforce President Trump's first immigration order in January. She will be interviewed by a Senate subcommittee on crime and terrorism about reports that she warned the White House about former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn's contact with a Russian ambassador. Yates is expected to publicly confirm those reports for the first time.
All new on midday. Emile Elementary in Bastrop is back to normal operations this morning. Earlier, office officials were notified of a man with a gun by the school. Officers arrived and found it was a false alarm. This morning, a Round Rock man is facing murder charges for his father's death. Authorities arrested 23-year-old Tobias Sauls after his father's body was found next to a car in northeast Travis County Sunday morning. Travis County Sheriff's deputies got calls of a car stopped off the road between Manor and Pflugerville. When deputies arrived, they found a man in his 40s shot. He was pronounced dead at the scene.
The Austin Police Department is investigating an officer-involved shooting that left one person dead over the weekend. This happened on 6th Street around 2:30 Sunday morning. This is video that was posted on YouTube, and it captures the moment a shot was fired into the air after a group of people began arguing. Austin police used public safety cameras to get a description of the shooter. 2 patrol officers spotted that man they believed to be behind the shooting, and that's when officers say they led him on a chase and shot. That man shot at the officers, which led to this next video.
No gun, and you shot him.
The officers returned fire as crowds watched. The man was pronounced dead after being transported to the hospital. APD is now investigating and says so far the evidence supports the officers' stories. The officers are on administrative leave. APD has not released their names, but we do know one has served on the force for 18 years, the other 7 years. Officials are asking anyone with information to come forward.
All right, let's get a look at what we're tracking with Storm Team meteorologist Erica Lopez.
Well, lots of clouds out there, obviously. That was a live look downtown. This is a live look just outside of our studios. We're talking a mostly cloudy start to the work week. Don't expect much sunshine at all this work week. We're talking a lot of low-level moisture in our viewing area. That's why dew points are in the lower 60s. So it's going to be sticky out there for the next several days, and temperatures near average. It won't be unbearable, but it will be muggy. We're in the mid-70s right now for the majority of our viewing area. Lower 70s for the Hill Country. Lockhart at 73, 76 currently in Austin. Here's how your Monday's going to play out. If you have any outdoor lunch plans, again, lots of clouds out there. Temperatures are still in the 70s, though. It's this afternoon. We'll top out in the lower 80s. Austin, your forecasted high is about 83 degrees this afternoon. So the reason for the change in the forecast, there's a developing area of low pressure that's slowly going to push east. That's also going to bring in some rain shower chances. It's that low pressure that's centered around the Four Corners region. I'm going to break down how much rain we can expect and when we can expect that rain in the full forecast. Guys, back to you.
See you in a little while. Thanks so much. Still ahead a week later, and there's still so much to clean up. The volunteers heading to North Texas to help.
Plus, a big change in the way MTV is allowing you to choose winners of their latest awards.